you're back at this time. You want money, you ask me, you give me account information, you blah, blah, blah. Then you're like, okay, well, you're not going to sign that. You definitely wouldn't sign it.
And that's why they don't tell you.
Right.
Yeah, that's informed decision making. That's the right one up front. This
Yeah.
is what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Which would actually be honest.
That would be honest,
And
yeah.
honestly, you can work on finding a person that fits your needs off with each other instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
not speaking to the truth.
Right.
And hoping that the person wants to work their way into those gaps and you tell them this is perfect.
After you get them dependent on you, though.
Right.
Make
Yeah.
sure you get them dependent.
And I've never been purchased before, and I've never played that kind of game. And that's like,
Yeah.
like 47, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say too, we were on mute. I don't know how I got on mute, but we were on mute
What, the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
no.
Okay.
So
Well,
again, you know, did you hear? Yeah, did you hear it come back on? Yeah. So I don't know what
I put us on mute, but I was recording over here, though. So
Oh,
we
okay.
still
So
got
is it
All right, you
still-
got it over there.
okay.
Okay, good. So we might have to get rid of this video. But in the meantime, anybody out there got any questions too? You can always.
Do we have any
contact us.
comments? Are those comments?
Yeah, we got some
on the side?
comments, but they were
You
just saying
probably
hello.
like, okay, y'all on mute, though.
So, yeah, we're on mute. Okay. All right. So, we are down here at 6100 Brandywine Parkway in Wilmington, Delaware, at the Red Robin Restaurant. We're having a great discussion here. So, definitely, if anyone's still in the area, come on down. And I don't know. Now, you want to break that down again to the people?
Look at an old episode. I think the same thing every time. I'm enjoying the live company.
Exactly.
And that's why.
We didn't even know we weren't on. I'm
Because
glad
we
I
were
figured
looking
it-
in the screen, we were looking at each
Yeah,
other's
yeah.
eyes.
Right.
That's beautiful. So, but we were talking about. I was trying to bring out this breakthrough of direct, obvious abuse, and then the subtle, manipulative abuse that we have been discussing. And we've been talking about everything from financial control, transportation control, making plans for your future control. You know, all these sort of things that we all have personal experience with. That
Wow.
and you were saying, I think, you know, it can be our culture to just say, oh, well, you're my friend, you're my cousin, you
Right.
make that, let me have this for free. But that's still disrespectful and not true. Even though it's our culture, it doesn't make it right,
Right.
you know, and that's
Yeah,
something
we have
that
to
we
break
have
that.
to look at because we all have been on one or both sides of it.
Mhm.
And so the purpose of this book, this course, this conversation is to bring attention to this subtle and obvious abuse.
One thing I want to say too, as far as Fatima, your situation, because that's good that your young daughter saw that, because I think a lot of the kids need to
Yeah.
understand, you know, what love is for real. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they see what they see and they only know what they know. I mean, well, they know what they see at home. So who knows, you know, right, exactly what's going on at home. Right.
A lot of my different situations.
Uh-huh.
And I've been able to sit and talk and dialogue and say, this is what's happening on her level.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And 9 is different than what she
Yeah.
had 15 now.
Right,
I've been
right.
talking ever since. And, you know, I'm always open to counseling, so I've had her in counseling.
Okay.
So
That's
she can
good.
express herself in the way that she would express to me.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. So,
That's really
Okay,
good.
that's all.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
That's great.
So she'll see it, right? She'll see it when it comes, when it shows up.
Well,
She'll
she's
see it.
good, you know,
Right.
She, whatever. She
Yeah.
is trying to do something. She's trying to be the, oh, okay.
And it's good you didn't just say, don't go for that. That's the okie doke. But you broke it down and said, you see how this is. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
children
That's
are
really
smart.
good. They are.
And if you give them the right directions, ask them the right questions, they'll be able to see and
Right.
make it make sense for themselves. So in the future,
Better decisions for themselves.
Exactly.
So that's what you want, right?
Yeah,
Make good
yeah.
decisions, especially when you're not around, not around.
teaching someone to fish type thing.
Hey, can I ask everybody a question too? What do you think about that clarity chart? You know, what fear is and what love is. Like, what? Give us your feedback on that.
24.
That communication with slash clarity, that clarity, that slash make the whole difference.
Okay,
It's
right.
like, I told you.
Mhm.
You ain't ever said.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
No,
clear.
no.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that I like that slash clarity because everybody say things because we don't men don't communicate the same way we do. We have our different ways.
Well, men get straight to. Yeah, we do.
Exactly.
Men get straight to the point.
Exactly.
Women. Now, well, it depends.
Let me get
women,
I set it off.
women, I was walking up, they want to tell you if they're going to the store. So they'll go, into detail how they felt that day, what they're going to do. Shout out to all the women out there. I'm not trying to be smart. But, they'll tell about what, how they feel, what they want to do, just to tell you they're going to the store. Whereas men, we just tell you straight up, listen, I'm going to the store, I'll be right back. That's it.
Yeah.
Real simple.
But we're giving a lot of dialogue
Right.
so we can build a rapport.
And that's beautiful
build a
communication.
Because that's what
Right.
we want. That's why we give so many words.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. So,
I believe that since men and women speak different languages, you gotta learn to sit down and talk to each other. Your definition of this word.
right.
That is
Right.
Understanding each other when you speak.
Mhm.
And that fixes a lot of small problems that actually come big.
Oh. Right. Well, that's good. That's good. You had that relationship. You know what I mean? That's awesome.
Let me give you a scenario, man. I was in a circle of guys who played and we literally played 4 or 5 in the morning. My wife was in the gym, did that.
Wow.
And she might say, well, you call, let me never stood the game. And at first I thought,
Right.
but then they say, well, I worry about you. Okay.
Mhm.
You gotta wait home yet. So some of the other women say, when you call, let them let the game, and then you can laugh, whatever.
And because
Yeah.
Karen,
Right.
she's
Yeah.
caring about you. She's loving you.
But see, that's also
And that's
communication
respect and
too.
communication.
That's communication. That way their mind's not wandering either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're out to 4 or 5 in the morning, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, at least make them feel, make them feel at ease
I'm
that,
good for
hey,
that.
listen, I call you on every half hour or every hour, whatever, but you know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know my mom couldn't rest at night until she knew we were all in the house.
Right,
Mhm.
right,
It wasn't
right,
that
right.
she, she wasn't jealous. She
Yeah.
was just like, I want them to be safe, and I want to know that they're safe.
Right.
Then I'll be able to rest.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Some of them do a bad history.
Mhm.
You have somebody that's some shady activity.
That too.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. You gotta work on that illness. You gotta press, gotta do an extra.
Right.
To make sure.
What's that?
Right. Yeah, a lot of time. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
That's really unfair. But people do that.
And that's what I'm saying. You bring that luggage with you. You know what I'm saying? Versus clearing. That's why it's always important to me. I think when you do leave a relationship, at least get some separation in there and get yourself right. You know,
Yeah.
before you go to the next relationship.
You gotta
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
always somebody else's fault, right? You gotta find out what you did.
Right.
How you participated in that.
Mhm. Exactly.
So,
So,
you gotta clear it up.
yeah.
Wow. Well, it's been a great conversation. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. That's why I'm like, it's not just about me talking or teaching. I want to open up a conversation that we can share everybody's wisdom and experience, because we'll all end up at the same conclusion, which is why I sent that clarity chart around, because like you said, communication and clarity, that's how this whole conversation. Being clear is different than just talking to somebody, because you could literally be speaking Chinese and they speaking Japanese and you don't understand what each other's saying, even though in your own mind you're clear.
Right.
So like you said, sitting down and asking the question and find out, what do you mean? That's the best question to ask. So when you say this, what do you mean? When you're calling me and asking me where I am, why? What do you mean by that? What is your purpose for doing that?
Right.
Understanding it from where they are instead of, again, your past or your perception of it, and being clear.
We've actually had a conversation, and I said, I'm asking for clarity.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Me too.
Because it might be, you might understand, or I can say things like, explain to me in a different way.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And
That's
we also
awesome.
have to think too, is with especially when we're in businesses,
Mhm.
you know what you know, but the customer doesn't know.
Right.
And you have to really break it down. I know what I charge per hour. I know that, it comes with lighting.
Right.
I know that you get a microphone.
Mhm.
I know, but I say, okay, this amount of hours. But they don't know what comes with it.
Mhm.
So sometimes we gotta explain saying and fill in the blanks, even in regular conversation.
Mhm.
Because we know in our head the rest of the sentence. Like even if you type up something, you could be about a whole sentence and they're like, well, what color is the shirt? Oh, it was a red shirt.
Mhm.
I just said she wore a shirt and was walking down the street. Okay, what color was the shirt? What street was she going down? What time was it? You know, we may need to fill that in depending on who we're speaking with and communicate. Because I know what color the shirt is. I know what time it is. I know what street. But sometimes we don't relay that information, even though we know it.
Mhm.
But until that question is asked, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't say that, but I know it.
Right.
So sometimes we leave our stuff unintentionally.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because we know it, we think you know it, until you ask that question, you know that you don't. So I understand that too, and I don't get upset when somebody send that email back, going back here, but you know what, let me pick up the phone.
Right.
Yeah,
I'd rather pick up the phone anyway.
I recently
Right.
went through that. I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just enough, you know it, so you're thinking you're relaying it, but you're not until you get the question.
You might not know what's important.
Right, right.
Because sometimes, especially when you're going this case, you only answer the case with the same information.
Right.
But if a person has a question, we have to own our question. We can't let somebody else assume that they know what we need.
Right, right, right.
So if we have a question, we can go back to what's important to us.
Mhm.
And or are we going to actually ask, or we're going to let the person know that we can opportunity to explain? We're just going to run the sentence.
And I think that also comes with when we go back, it could go back to, how, your prices. Why are your prices? Why do you charge? Well, this is why I charge this. Blah, 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 blah. Just break it down to them. That way they can see it more so, oh, now I see what you're talking about. Versus, they just think just fly there and boom, you're there, set up, you're good, and that's it.
Yeah,
So,
and just on that note, because that's the way we have to start doing our prices for video. Okay, this is the sit and see.
right.
If you want one camera, this is this, the second camera is this, third camera is
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
always think, oh, that comes with 3 cameras, 5 microphones, and a spot. No, that's not what comes with all that. But if they don't know that, that's why I explained it initially.
Uh-huh.
But, so when the question, try to prevent the questions from coming, but sometimes it's hard, but when you gotta have clarity.
Right, right, right.
That's why I like that clarity.
Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, some people do know,
They don't.
but we're gonna get that clarity. So we're gonna get really clear because again, you have some people that just want everything for nothing. That's not
Right.
everyone, but we're talking about the manipulative
Yeah,
mindset.
definitely.
So I mean, either way, it's good to be clear. Either way.
I struggle with my business. My business, it's medical. So I'm doing medical.
Okay.
Nursing, things like that. People don't understand the certain level of value. So you want to be
Yeah.
explained
Right.
that I am really like the extra eye, the extra hand.
Right,
It's
right.
so much more extra. Like say, I had to show a caregiver this one time. We both went in a room. We both went in a separate room. She made a baby, and I made a baby. Then everybody went around with it.
Mhm.
And they said, both beds are made,
Right.
but mine was made different, a lot different, a lot more tighter, a
Right.
lot more tough, and more personal and hers was put together, but not put together as well. So
Right,
it's
right.
hard for me to explain that to people. This extra something that you did.
Mhm.
Like your milkshake is great without the whipped cream.
Mhm.
But with the whipped cream and cherry is better.
Right. I like
But
that.
it's better, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
it's
right.
not better, but
Right.
it's better.
Right, right.
It's hard for me to try to explain that to people when it comes to the medical work I do. Like, I don't know if you guys saw today, we didn't assess somebody, they had an interview, they had to go out to the ER. I was there at 7:05, 7 o'clock, it was out at 7:05 to the ER. And then probably going to either have surgery tonight or not have surgery. But another person coming in, it was already a licensed nurse there 12 hours before me.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So when I came, you got something different.
Right, right, right.
It's always hard to try to explain that I will not do that. You know, the husband's like, I'm like, did you call your son? He ain't call son. I already text his son 2 paragraphs. So,
Wow.
See, like two steps
I
ahead,
didn't tell him.
the extra mile.
Yeah, so the son's like, oh, I said, I talked to my dad last night, he didn't tell me. I said, I'm pretty sure he did. But this is what's happening.
But that's why I like the fact that you call yourself the caring nurse. That caught me right away, number one. And number two, that's relationship building. And especially when you're dealing with trauma or anything like that. When my mother was sick, it was just like the most traumatic thing for me because it just felt like from the doctors to the time of her passing, everything was money. It was very few to the church, which is why we didn't have it at church, because Amanda was there with me, Danina was there. And so, people need to know that you care, especially when they're going through something traumatic, whether it's a breakup or whatever it is. They want to know that you care, and that's what's going to set you apart when you set standards like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be able. Hey,
I know. I'm just waiting on her.
I was just gonna say that it's also a way to set up your business, giving everybody the same level of care.
right.
Regardless of status or the amount of money that they're pouring into the business, everybody should get the same type of care. Everybody should be trained to get the same level of care.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Trained,
No, that's definitely
trained
true.
to. That's
Yeah,
really
definitely true.
good.
What's your name? Selena.
And before we leave here, I want everybody to come in front of the camera, tell who they are, let everybody know their name, your business, and stuff like that. Just get it out there. You know what I'm saying? But we do have some comments right here. We got Amanda has joy in the house.
Yes,
she
she
says
is.
clarity is a good one. Yes, it is. Clarity is definitely good.
Yes.
Shannon Gordine, what's up? Feel Good Talk family.
Hey,
She says,
Shayna.
hey. We got Izzy Meditate. She says, good evening.
Hey, Izzy.
What's going on, Izzy? And then Mary Louise says,
Mary.
good evening, everyone. And she also says, what is the person saying in the background? Hey, Mary, what we're going to do is this time we're just experimenting. Next time we'll have microphones everywhere. All right. But right now, we
Mary
just
wants
got to
to
say,
know.
Yum.
Yeah.
They're enjoying their food
right.
right now.
And as a matter of fact, even if you want to come up here and sit down and answer the question, you can. That'd be awesome too, because I'll move. I'm mobile. So
I can move
I'm
too.
on the end. You know what I mean? So, and that's what we'll do. We'll have you, if we ask a question, you want to say something, you just come right and sit in the chair, and I'll move right out your way. You know what I mean? So. So we all agree that clarity chart that Naeem did write, which is fear and what fear is and what love is, it does have clarity. Like everyone knows exactly, what it is. Because I always hear, love hurts, love is and love doesn't hurt. I always hear, love made me do it. I went berserk. I bust the windows out because I was in love. I mean, you hear all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is totally insane. So I think a lot of people use love just to, as an excuse. Put it like that.
Yeah.
And it's not that difficult. If you love someone, you love someone. That's it.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the universal principles of love too. So
Yes.
you can break that down, man. Let me get out of here. But anyway, do your thing, man.
Oh no, I appreciate the conversation, and I meant to ask everybody their names because I didn't get everybody's names.
As a matter of fact, we can do that. I'm waiting till you get done eating over there. So I'm waiting till you get done snacking. She tearing that food. Exactly.
Yeah.
So hold on, we got another comment that came in. Let's answer this right here. We got who's this right here? We got Tanya Smith. My sister is so beautiful. I wish I was well enough to make it, but I'll be at the next one. See you.
We
Queen.
love you, Tiny. It's okay.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have many more. Like I said, this thing here is going on tour. We're gonna be at a state, city, wherever near you. So just hit us up and you'll definitely see it. But we got a lot more to come. So,
And check out healingtoxicrelationships.com.
yeah, let me throw that up there.
I think I gave most of everyone a card. If I didn't, I have some for you. We're going to have a formal 3-day online class about the same conversation we're having today, but just guiding through like the forms of abuse, to understanding where it comes from, to the solutions, to how to deal with it, and so from recognition to solutions. And it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from July 30th, 31st, and August 1st. So if you check out the website, you'll be able to see all the information, sign up, and we hope to see you there. Anyone who's listening, anyone out here, it's available for everybody. So wanted to share that. We got the website up now. So yeah.
So anybody have any? I guess
Yeah.
questions
Any
for
other
Naeem?
questions or comments?
Y'all want to come up
anybody
here and
wanna
ask the question? I'll move out the way. They see me enough. They don't
Hey.
need to see me.
I just want to repeat it.
Yeah.
share? Everybody's doing
Anybody,
it.
anybody got something? Yeah, it is definitely a good conversation.
It really, really is. Mhm.
Not to get up, as you think about it, you're not getting upset as they come.
Right.
Okay, you toxic.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah. And see, once you realize and you learn this chart, and you feel, you like, okay, how can I say it? I was pretty well at, I guess, picking out. I got that. I could tell your spirit. Put it like that. Your energies you give me, I could tell exactly if you're a good person or not. I think I was blessed with that. But at the end of the day, sometimes, your mind tricks you. You're like, well, maybe if I deal with this person, maybe, because I'm always looking at the cup half full and not half empty. So I'm thinking this person may have, something that, we could turn that, all the way on. But then again, sometimes you get, get messed over in the long run by doing that sometimes. So I've learned to just take a look at this chart now and just, or I memorize it. So now you feel it. Now you see someone, like you said, trying to tell, steer you in the wrong direction, you automatically know, okay, there's no helping this person.
Right.
I got to move on. Or I don't want to give my time and energy to that person because it's a waste of time.
Conflict and confusion is way different than clarity and communication. So if it's going to be constant conflict and no resolution, no clarity, then it's like
you can't do anything with it. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
So one thing I want to say, and that was pretty important, we should talk about regarding state level topic. A lot of what we're talking about, toxic relationship, things like that, people are actually unlearning because of the entertainment and marketing that our society.
Right.
I think about different movies and what's that, powerful romance and all this things, right? Because they really promote toxic relationships. Oh my gosh, I hated him, now I love him. He agree with me, but they must be my mind, not my heart.
Right.
Look, I'm so pissed about the cricket and the frogs. How on the track with everybody else gets crowned and this chick is a restaurant? I got a problem with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They all promote toxic relationships. And if this doesn't make folks for children, male and female, from day zero, what happens to them 20, 30 years later?
Right.
I mean, it's promoted in everything.
Yeah.
And then you spend all your time trying to help them unlearn before it becomes a vicious situation.
Yeah.
You gotta have movie night. I do it now. She knows I've been doing it since she was little. And now she knows, like, this is gonna be a learning movie. I just want you to sit down and watch it. Boys in the Hood with me. I want you to watch Boys in the Hood with me.
You sound like somebody who will curse
I
out the
will
movie.
break down the sexism and patriarchy.
Yeah.
I'm that chick.
So you probably take a few weeks to get through a movie. Yeah.
So are you one of those?
we
Are you one of those
enjoy
people
watching.
that look and say the time changed on the clock, like 5?
Like, that was sexist. That was chauvinistic.
They trying to make us, sex symbols. And,
Right.
we're not sexualizing us as young women. And
I know she's
what do I do
fierce.
for a living, Amy? I want to do something that makes a difference. I'm not sure what that is.
That's good.
She'll
That's
know.
great. That's great.
Well, at the end of the course, we actually do that. We look at a standard show, movie, or reality show, and it's called Identify the Attack. We'll play it for like 2, 3, 4 minutes. And then when there's something toxic that comes up in the dialogue or in whatever, then somebody has to say, oh, I see that. Press pause and then break it down and say, well, why was that toxic? Because this one's sitting over here crying and say, you don't pay enough attention to me and now it hurts my feelings. All right, so why is that toxic? Oh, because they're leaning on the other person for emotional validation that they should be giving to themselves. Good. All right, let's move on. Next thing. And then, so we will break down things like that for a little while. That's part of the course too. Because if you can't make it practical in real time with the toxic entertainment and programming, it's literally called programming, right? Then it'll go right over your head. So yeah,
That's awesome, man.
I think
So
that
make
this
it into a game.
it's just so necessary. And Selena, trust me, that was me when I first. Chuck kept telling me about Naeem, and I think in the back of my mind maybe I was kind of fighting myself or something. So when I finally settled down and started watching the segments, it really spoke to me, and I think I had to check myself. Like we can always point our fingers about what someone else is doing. I think we need to start doing more work. Well, let me talk about me. I had to start doing more work on myself because it's still going to come back to you. Are you allowing people, after you know certain things, you know? So are we going to continue to allow ourselves to get into these situations? Or are we being as abusive as well? Because I've been in some relationships, whether it was with friends or family, and I went all the way somewhere you all probably wouldn't even recognize. I went, you know, and I had to start saying, why am I, like, I'm just allowing people to trigger me all over the place, you know? So I had to do that. I had to just do that self-work, and it's no joke. And it's like, you ever go to church and they go, yeah, Pastor, tell them. That used to like really vex me when I would go. It would always be towards single feet people or people that were shacking. It was always tell them. And I'm sitting here like, you're having a whole affair over here sitting on the front, you know.
Exactly.
But here's where I was wrong. I instantly got judgmental in my own mind. So I would go to church with like all these issues, like, you know what, I'm not even fooling with those people because they're always talking about telling them, well, what y'all doing? But that's not my job, you know? So thank you, Naeem, because now I could do like more of that self-work.
Like I learned that from the church that I had with Tim Merlin that I was introduced to. My thing was I was sitting there, they used to be like, hitting each other, like, talking to you, this, that. Everything that was coming, that was going to be instrumental. How can I use it for me?
Yeah,
right.
Everybody
Yeah.
else get their own thing. How can I use that information for me?
Yeah.
You know, I'm calling the teaching church was beneficial rather than a thou shalt not this.
Yeah.
That wasn't useful to me in
Yeah.
2001.
Yep.
You know,
I
so
get
think
it.
something more, you know, tangible. That I can use my everyday life to say stop.
Exactly.
Stuff like that, as you were saying.
That's how you know you're growing.
But on church, see, I was in a relationship with somebody.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead now. Hey, you know what, man? Why don't you come on up here? Because people,
Yeah,
I'm gonna move all the way.
too.
No, you sit here. You're good.
Okay.
Chuck B moving out the way.
What's your name,
This is Naeem
sir?
Show.
Darnell.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, talk. Let the people know what's up.
Chuck just moving on. Yeah. I said I could have moved too. Made some more
No, your
space.
French fries got
Yeah.
house.
All right, let me get my knees up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get my face in
Comfortable too.
Here we go. So on the subject of church, though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
come
scoot
real
over.
closer. There we go.
Girl, we all.
I'll mess with you, I say. But like on the subject of church, there's a different kind of abuse because I was in a relationship with somebody and I was about to get married to him, and everything they would do, they would go back to the Bible, like God said this, and I'm like, well, what do you feel like? What is the human answer? What's your response?
Wow.
Because and they was like, well, God, and I said, no, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. So everything went back to God, and the relationship that I'm going south because of the fact that I couldn't walk on water and I'm a man. But I watch your kids. I cook you dinner when you come home. I'm putting gas in your car. I bought a car and gave you a car, and I was walking to work. But I wasn't good enough.
Were you walking to work on water?
Nope, it was not.
See?
It was hot, so I might have been sweating. But it came down to that, and I'm like, so when you get in a relationship with somebody between like spiritual and church, you really have to find that. You have to find that some kind of way to mesh. Because if you love is love, but if you love somebody, if the Bible is better than the man that you've seen, and you say God gave me this man, then you need to check yourself and see what's going on.
Absolutely.
Because a good man's a good man. A book shouldn't dictate what the man can and cannot do, or he's not good enough.
I mean, I think people use the Bible and use the word of God to be extremely controlling and
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's a good point
That's
there.
good.
The Bible, and
Yeah.
you know, I still got lumps.
Yeah.
So, you know, a decent person is a decent person. You don't even need any kind of religion.
That's pretty much what you can say.
Yeah, but this person
You
used.
gotta realize that it's not, you know, it's not God, it's not the Bible, it's the person.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's just misusing those words and using those words, you know, for their benefit, you know, and hurting other people. And it shouldn't be used to hurt. It's supposed to be a loving, you know, piece. And so they're not really being able to be called Christ-like.
And it's very interesting.
And also to that some of us are living in a fantasy about how another person's supposed to be. I mean, like, we're not perfect, so why are you expecting someone else to come and be perfect? And it's this fantasy idea. And holding someone to a standard that is impossible.
Yeah.
It's good to recognize that, like, well, I'm never going to be enough to you because I'm not a divine entity. Like, I'm a human being, but you're looking for someone who's perfect on every single level. And I mean, it's not you, but you think it's going to be me. And to recognize that is part of, you know, healing as well.
Yeah.
Because I offer this example. It's like you were talking about, at what point does it become self-abusive? So if you're with let's just make it general. There's 2 rooms. One room, you walk in the room, you sit down, it's fine. Another room, you walk in there, somebody slaps you right as you walk in. Like, oh my goodness. And then you say, all right, I don't know what that was about because that was a surprise. Like, let me try this again. You walk in this room, you get slapped. Then, okay, you seeing a pattern form. You walk in a 3rd time, you get slapped. So now the question is, because then you go back and say, I walked in this room, they slapped me. 2nd time, I walked in, they slapped me. I came in there and they slapped me. After the 3rd and 4th time, is it still you walked in there and they slapped you, or did you walk in there to get slapped, right? To use them to slap yourself, because that's what happens when you go in this room, you get slapped. So now, because we'll be like, oh, well, I got to drag them to therapy. I got to have a conversation with them. I got to get them to read this book. I got to get them to come to this class to stop slapping me. But you keep going in there, you keep getting slapped. And slap could mean anything, right? But the question is for us in our self-healing is to stop looking and saying, well, they're abusive when this is a pattern. Maybe you should look at yourself and say, well, when am I going to stop putting myself in a position to get slapped?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to get to.
That feel like church right there.
Choose to stop being. Can you say that louder?
Or when do you choose to stop denying somebody's true human nature? Because in certain situations, we go back to programs. So we're pre-programmed to act a certain way in certain situations. So at that point in time, it comes back to, like I said, it comes back to you. Do I accept this program or do I go somewhere else?
Or am I going to stay stubborn and say, I'm going to change this whole other person. I'm going to change this program. It's like, you're not, just like the Disney movie, you're not going to be able to go in and rewrite the movie and make it make sense to you, but you can stop it and say, I see where that's toxic, and you can point it out. But to say, well, I'm going to write a letter to the production company, I'm going to try to get them to write a movie. It's like, write your own script. And if you're looking at a script that's toxic,
That's why I'm writing.
make a point to, make a point to point it out.
Act don't stop for other people. Stop for yourself.
Yeah.
But they gonna do it for me because they love me to. No, they're not.
No.
They don't do it when they are tired. I have friends having abusive relationships, and they say, "Who's home to it? You leave." You know when you leave? When you are disgusted, when you are sick and tired. Not when the team will say, "Girl, we can get out of there." When you are sick, when you look at it and say, "This don't make no sense."
Thanks, Darnell. And the question is, can we be addicted to toxic relationships?
Yeah.
I mean, children are addicted to bad behavior because they get attention from it.
Yeah.
So, if you straight A student, I ain't get no attention. I still gotta see everybody doing what you do.
Right.
Let me tell you, I can be C's, D's, and some F's. I got the whole family's attention. What
Of
they gonna do
course.
with the team? How we gonna save the team? How we gonna help? So like, everybody's here.
Yep.
Because I'm back to school. But I didn't understand that as a teenager.
It starts at
Yeah.
home. Because if you have kids like I did, I had 3 kids, 17 half years, single dad, work 1.5 jobs, 2 jobs, work got done by everybody's plan. But what I was doing right. But that's where people around my kids. I believe to see love, understand love, recognize love, and give love. Without these, without this phone, you can't. So I didn't bring them around my kids because my ex was in a very toxic situation. So I for years, I got the other thing. I didn't want my kids to learn that toxicness. When they were in the house, they fighting or getting something like that. And then as my kids get older, I'm like, how's that? They picked up some of these toxic habits.
Yeah.
It starts at home. It starts at home. Real love, real man, real woman, real relationship. So you're but their subconscious mind is picking up these negative situations, and you're teaching your children how to be negative, how to be slack, how to be talked down to. My son said something bad for my daughter, but I'm not. You're not going to teach her to be substandard. You're not going to teach her how to be talked down to. That's not happening. And I think my boys learn.
Yeah. You said see love, understand love, recognize love, and give love. Okay. And it's crazy because this the format of the book you'll see is recognition, understanding, solution. So it's talking about you have to be able to recognize it if you're gonna be able to give it, and recognize the toxicity if you're gonna dismiss it. You were saying something before. Just kept eating then, right? Let's just keep eating. Yeah. Oh yes. You know you sacrificed your French fries and you came up here, Darnell. Yes. It's love. It's a love offering. But yeah. So what you saying, Chuck? What you want to do? I don't know. I'm good. It's a great conversation. I mean, we can wrap it up, and we can.
We still could talk afterwards.
Yeah. So just.
But yeah, because I'm gonna get a bite to eat before they kick us out.
All right. So yeah, we can.
Before I go though, I would like if anyone would like to come up here and tell me to talk about their business or whatever, and give their name. And a bunch. Okay. So I'm gonna start off. You want to start off?
I like Amanda Joy.
Amanda Joy. Go ahead. No, we gonna let it.
Okay.
Phenomenal Woman Network.
Step in, let the women.
Okay.
Can I
Yes, we need.
Okay, so we got the girl
Fatima,
family
you ready?
ready.
Come on. Look, Miss Selena is coming. How y'all doing? Hey. I had to wipe my mouth. I had the French fries, and they were delicious. I had to get some ketchup. I know. So who's talking to us? I want to see who's talking to us. Okay. All right. So one of the things that I liked about the conversation was the clarity piece. Communication. So let me ask this question. Is communication without clarity communication? Dialogue. Do you die during dialogue?
The men probably do. Because dialogue, they be sick of us.
She said the men die during dialogue.
Sometimes they just
fizzle out. That's Mother Nature.
Yeah, but hold on though. So ours is not. So we stop talking when we ran out of words.
He said men stop talking when they run out of words.
And when they talk, we have to listen.
What you call? I need time to.
I guess that's the balance there. Try to find the clarity.
Deal with it at this moment.
Balance is
You know, I'm too emotional, and I'm trying to work through some stuff, so I can't just because I was in a relationship and it was kind of reverse, and they had a lot more words than I had, and I was studying shrinking.
Wow.
I was studying shrinking because I knew who I used to be. You know how we used to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew if we keep pushing who I used to be, it's gonna pop right out.
Right.
But we don't want that.
Gotcha.
We finished with that. We're trying to be better.
Right.
And sometimes people know the triggers.
They
Right?
do. Yeah,
So
they do.
They learn the triggers. She gonna test it. We keep going at it. I'm from the suburbs. She not.
Stop pushing that button. They be like, do.
Who they gonna say?
Yeah.
It's the one pushing.
Oh yeah.
But that's how we diminish ourselves. Because we are from Chester, but one thing we know how to do is defend ourselves. So even if we speak up and verbally defend ourselves, that could have been a form of, you know what I mean? I'm going to protect myself. Not instead of acting like a turtle and going back in, thinking we doing something right because the other person is with the suburbs and they're going to label us. But no, we know how to defend ourselves and we can do it verbally. But now we know.
Sometimes it takes us a little bit more.
Now we know.
Now we know.
So since we got the ladies on the panel, since we got the ladies here,
Hey,
so
ladies,
ladies, we need to
ladies
talk
on
to
here.
y'all because
we gotta do better with our lady relationships.
We do.
So, ladies, are you there?
We gotta love on each other.
Me too. You know, I preach it all the time.
We gotta let go of the salt and pepper.
Yes.
I take your man whenever oh, that's not salt and pepper. Who is that?
No, it was them
Oh, okay.
first.
We can't do
And then
that.
it was them city girls.
We can't do- I take your man
They
whenever
would
I
originate
feel
it.
like it. It ain't a better it's a promise. No, me to you. All right, that's enough. All right, I'm just saying.
We got wrapped up.
What you got?
Oh, we gotta wrap it up.
I said, you know what? If we're gonna have a conversation, it was important.
What? Somebody offer what?
First of all, are you sure that you want him?
Ooh, she said,
Most of them you don't really want.
I gotta tell the people.
You don't see what you see, but
Mm.
that means you know what you know.
That's right.
She said somebody offered to asked to take her man. Then she had to be like, "Do you really want him? Are you just looking at the gold watch that I put on his wrist?
No,
Are you looking at him
That
drive
I'm
my
wrong.
car?" I'm just saying. What you say?
no, but I really did have a conversation with both of
Wow.
them. We went down to talk to the fishes.
Wow.
I said, yeah, you come here, go be your.
Exactly. It's a known fact that women go after married men.
So I personally
Yeah,
think
it's-
different
it's
between
crazy.
that and informed decision. If you want to leave me because you choose to leave me, I'm cool. But if a chick thinks you are take you from me,
Ooh.
I got a whole different situation about her because I'm gonna have somebody's ass.
I know that's right.
I told her straight up. This is what we're gonna do. If you're gunning that hard, do what you gotta do. But we in the state of Georgia.
Uh-oh.
And I can sue you when I divorce him, and you gonna be so
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And Georgia got laws.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
when
do.
you say you're gonna go after her behind, you mean legally?
If he chooses to leave me for you,
Mm-hmm.
and
Not
not because he
physically.
chooses to leave the relationship,
Yeah, because I'm not catching no cases.
No,
I'm gonna
over.
sue you correctly.
Messing
Okay.
up the marriage.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
own you with my
Yeah.
life.
Got
And then you're gonna be sick of him because every time your paycheck come around, you paying me to like.
Watch this.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying.
Clarity.
Because
Yes.
we're not catching cases. We're
Right.
too good for that.
All right,
So,
thank you.
I'm so glad you clarified that. No, but we're not catching cases.
No,
That's why I'm glad you clarified that because it sounded like, you know, when you said I'm
Yes.
going, you know, it sounds like the streets versus legally. That's how you fight. That's how you fight.
Listen, all right. So any ladies that clarify things in the room today, we're gonna call her Miss Clara.
yes.
Thank you, Miss Clara, for clarifying.
Yes.
But she was just talking about y'all know y'all can go to jail in Georgia. She was telling us. I'm just telling y'all. In Georgia for
Yeah.
messing up somebody's marriage. It's like, oh, you want to take them? All right, I'm gonna go cook
You
some
can be
pancake and
sued.
eggs, and you just let me
Yeah.
know when y'all get done,
Mhm.
and then I go file this suit paper.
Do you
But-
know any other states? There are other states. I know Georgia was one. I knew Georgia was okay.
She did get
So,
sued.
ladies, just think twice about that.
Think about it. Let's do better.
We don't wanna be
Let's do
messy.
better. We got
Or
so
move
much
to
to offer. each
Georgia.
other. Move to Georgia. Atlanta. Hey, ATL and open. We
Yes.
ready to open up a
Come
can of
on.
worms.
Come on.
High school. And she was talking about how, you know, we're open now, gotta get out of that. Hard to find somebody. I said, well, first of all, you gotta do this fast. Okay, first of all, you're in a certain age bracket. You're probably either married, been married, then you have the gay population, and you have the incarcerated population.
Oh,
And you get past a certain age, for real.
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna finish.
yeah.
There's simply less men to go around.
I'm already into these. I don't know where they at.
Now,
Where that's all at? I don't know where
I
they
heard a sister say on the radio many years ago when some program again, she says, maybe this may have been the 70s or 80s. She says, men may have to service that term used more than one female.
Men may have to service more than one
I
female.
guess spend time with them and whatever else you need. I'm saying, it may sound kind of hard, but the reality is even the guy might be. There's probably 13 women out there for you know.
True, true.
Okay. Now, of course, my age, I can't handle 13.
You gotta pay 13 bills.
Because that's a whole lot of work.
That's a lot of
I ain't even gonna talk to
We are a lot of work.
First of all, just talking on the phone or whatever. That's just she conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
There's only, what, 12 hours
It's
and a
not
half
just
a
the
day. so
physical. It's like everybody, all the women going to want what they want.
I want to hear from the people.
We've talked about that, you and I.
And for-
Yeah. Yeah.
If it works for you, it works for you, but you have to be upfront.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
do.
it's not like people are
Yeah, you
like-
do. Yeah, you do.
Exactly.
And I just,
People out there game for it, and I'm proud of them.
And they better pay all their
and as
bills.
long as people are being honest, whether I personally agree or not, but I will say this, women, we just need to be happy within ourselves because we don't know what's going to happen. When it comes down to that, like Fatima, you're living your best life. Every time I see you, and you may have moments, I get that.
It's okay.
Listen, I get that.
It's okay.
That's natural. That's
They come
normal.
when you doing you.
So what about when
can't
we,
look for them.
when we're the relationship, right? What about when we're toxic to ourselves? What about when we're toxic to ourselves?
I think people do that when they have a lot of pain. They're toxic.
That's true.
And somebody else's standard.
Living in somebody else's standard.
And sometimes it's learned behavior.
Learn behavior.
Just because you're a man don't mean he's a man in the family line.
That's right.
Hey, you ladies get messed up when you say, I got a man. And you got a boy with a beard.
Oh, you got a boy with a beard.
That's what you're man. You have a boy with a beard.
Man,
I'm
child.
not looking for him.
A man,
I'll take your
You have to know the difference.
Yeah, we do. And sometimes they take experiences. We got to go through stuff. Like,
a boy will win somebody else.
It wasn't me. All right, Shaggy.
Anybody asking me a question?
I was looking. I was trying to see if somebody was talking to us. Listen, we just had a girl moment. Wanted to see what y'all was talking about, but we gotta, in relationships in general, we gotta do better.
Yeah.
We gotta do
have
better.
a conversation where we tell the men what they need to know so they can be better men.
Or we gotta have some Miss Claras in the
Like,
house.
thing about the menstruation, oh, woman got an attitude, she menstruates, and it's that is the perfect opportunity for a man to be his most loving self to this woman, to run a bath, to rub some feet, to put an ice pack on,
Jesus.
put a heat pack on, not go away and be gone because you 7 days.
like, I'll see you after it's
She got
over.
an attitude.
Like, can you at least give me a Motrin or
Because
something?
she knows
Yeah,
every
real.
single month, this pain, this irritation.
Yeah.
You still got to
The
go to work, still got to
hormones.
take care of your kids, still got to pay your bills, still got to do all these other things while you're irritated in yourself and stuff, and you can't really control it. We can medicate it, but we don't really control it.
Women have responsibility.
So she was saying,
It would be awesome for men to know what they can do besides go away, catch an attitude.
catch attitude.
There's a situation worse than it needs to be.
So ladies, we gotta tell them what she said. That's good. That was good.
I want to add on to that.
Huh?
I want to add on to that.
Go on, add
But not
on, tell the
really add
people.
on. So the young lady just said that men need to know, like, if a woman has
Good time.
a bad day, you need to run the bath water,
Rub
you
them
know, rub them feet and everything like that.
You wanted to shut up? Rub them feet.
That's really good.
I'm just
But
telling you.
do that mean we got to teach them?
Yeah.
Because that's
If they're-
something totally different if they don't
If they're
know.
open to learning.
Because some don't know.
I learned from a very
So are you willing to teach, or you just want to move to the
I
next?
learned from a very
Yeah.
happy married couple that is certain ways that men think and women think, and they're different. And we all understand that, we all get that, right? This particular couple had a book called a gift book. You don't always say, he'll never give me what I want. He'll never do this. He'll never do that. Well, they have a gift book. So the gift book, the woman will take pictures of stuff, write stuff in there, take stuff in the book. So he can just pick the book up.
I like
Because he
that.
don't have that, he don't think like you think. He can pick this book up at any time. Now he can go through, he can pick anything. Oh, she like red roses. Oh, she would like Robert Andrews massage. And he can buy her the best gift, and she's gonna get something good. And he can do the same thing and put in his book. He wants something.
Yeah, you gotta
different.
reciprocate.
He wants something.
Yes.
He would like
gotta-
to have
you gotta-
$75 for such and such.
Yeah.
It makes life so much easier. Everybody thinks it's not romantic. It still is romantic. And first of all, romantic.
Romance. Even man is in romance. You gotta be a romance.
They've been together. They've been together for 60 years. He knew her since she was 14. But he's been with her that long, so he sees her give her diaper change. That ain't romantic. He feeds her. That ain't romantic, but it is love.
That's love.
Yeah.
So we got romance is just a game that TV and media plays with our minds. We expect life to be like that. When I was a teenager, I thought my love life was supposed to happen the way it happened to Keith Sweat song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when it didn't happen, I don't know what's wrong with this dude.
Yeah.
You're not acting like
When
Keith
you wanna
Sweat.
come back?
I don't like you no more.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've got all this stuff in our head, stuff that we are
Right.
constantly unlearning.
They not
trying
singing
to make
woo, woo,
sure We feed the good information into the mess.
Mhm.
To make sure we are doing that.
Mhm.
It's another whole
So-
conversation about how our
so
parents didn't do that for us.
Here's the deal. This is what as I'm processing what everyone is saying. We'll plan later a session where we have that dialogue with men and women that are ready to have that kind of dialogue. But I know a married couple in particular that's their ministry. They're two of one of the most amazing couples I ever met. I mean, if if y'all want to join in, I don't know. But that's what they do. They travel, they tour. Yeah, they travel, they tour. And they were both in very bad relationships prior to. And now they are so happy. And I won't say their names just yet because I'd rather have a conversation with them. But if that's what you want to do, we can always set up a panel, a discussion. Maybe around Valentine's. Well, we don't gotta be around Valentine's Day. We're not. So right. So we'll have right. So we'll schedule that. And we'll get into it with the men and the women. I think that'll be really healthy. And that's for people that are even single because when I met the wife, when I met the wife, the wife said,
chicken wings if I don't get over there.
like a lot of people that are single, a lot of single women need to know that before they even get into those kind of relationships. Yeah, beforehand.
Somebody, psych class, psychology 101 should be probably taught, not in college, it should be taught in middle school.
Mhm.
People should understand their defense mechanism. They should understand their self. So they can be a better person to other people when it's romantic relationship.
Because now we got to do all this unlearning and
We gotta do
all
all
this
this
work.
stuff.
Yeah,
We could've
and we're
learned
gonna do it.
like
But
before. We could've
yeah,
learned this in middle
I'm
school.
telling you.
Middle school could understand this. And then do better in their relationships.
Yeah.
Well, this is why we're taking this around the
And I can
around
share
the
with the
country,
lookout
right?
Yeah, but you gotta get the
Yeah, so we're coming all over.
All right, y'all, we get ready to call it day. I thank y'all for letting me sit in the red
Yes,
chair.
Amanda
thank
Joy.
you.
In the hot
Thank
seat, but I'm looking
Yes,
forward
it's
to more of this
Selena.
conversation.
Thank you. Thank you for
And
having me.
Fatima, it's
See
Anina.
y'all later.
Thanks, this was good. Thank you.
You going in there?
I wanted you to.
No, because I want to take it.
Oh, you want to take
Oh.
the lady?
Oh, the ladies?
Hey, we back. How you doing? You gotta go picture. More conversation to come.
Yes.
All aboard.
Yes. This was great. Thank you,
Yeah,
Chuck.
hold on, no, we're not done yet.
Oh, we're not?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going in the show.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies, for coming on.
Y'all know
Appreciate
when we get
it.
started.
Take a little break. Oh yeah, you always
You
get
gotta
that.
pull us in there. Pull us in.
But again, hey, thanks for everybody for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. I know it's different a little bit that we're coming live, but we're gonna be doing this more often, so get used to it. So, any last words, Naeem, before we get on out of here, brother?
Taking pictures. We taking pictures. Just check out the site. You see it right there, healingtalksrelationships.com. Our class is starting Friday, the 30th. So sign up and become a part of the team and heal your toxic relationships. And also remember, as someone said here today, you are not a victim.
Oh, she want to say, now you want to come in. You could have came in, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, there's a Fatima.
There it is.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, appreciate it. All right. Taking pictures, all right.
Oh, we taking pictures.
Thank you.
What happened?
All right, again, this is our Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with visionary author. I always get it backwards, but you know what I mean. Elsie Logan,
It's all
my man, Naeem Najee. We're out of here. We'll see you on Wednesday, 7 p.m. right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, and Soul Business. We're out.
Peace.